No one thought this would happen so soon. Formula One preparing to race on completely new grounds, some of which weren't even being discussed a few years ago. But here we are, and 2 circuits are now very close to being added to the calendar. Possibly by 2027, that's not a small thing. It could completely reshape how the F1 season looks. One of the biggest developments right now is the CADIA project. It's a massive construction effort that's reaching its final stages. At the same time, Karmami just received an important upgrade. It now meets the highest safety and design standards set by the FIA. These 2 changes alone suggest that the calendar may be shifting sooner than most people expected. This raises a serious question: which current tracks might lose their spot if these new ones are added? The trend has been clear in recent years. Formula One is no longer limited to the old-school circuits. We're moving towards cities and regions that were once never considered. The future of racing is leaning heavily toward bold, non-traditional designs and global locations. Take CADIA for example. This project in Saudi Arabia is making headlines for all the right reasons. It's not just a racetrack, it's a complete experience. One of its corners is designed to rise almost 20 stories high and drop down dramatically, curving over a live music arena. It's unlike anything Formula One has ever seen. The mastermind behind this design is Alex Verse. Thanks to his vision, CADIA isn't just going to be about racing, it's going to combine racing with entertainment in a way that could change the way people look at F1 weekends altogether. And Lando Norris. He's already excited. He's seen the preview and he didn't hold back. He said it looked pretty crazy and praised the bold approach. According to him, many circuits are placed in boring locations where the atmosphere doesn't match the energy of the sport. CADIA seems to be aiming to change that completely. The goals set by the team behind CADIA are nothing short of huge. They're aiming to set new standards in both motorsport and live entertainment. And to be fair, the way things are going, they might just get there. Everything about the project looks futuristic and ambitious. It's clear that they're not trying to just build another racetrack. They want to make it a centerpiece of Formula One's future. Even Saudi Arabia's Prince Khalid has shared his thoughts, showing strong support and excitement about the development. He confirmed that the target for completion is 2027, but also mentioned that it depends on the progress of the nearby projects. Delays are always a risk with large-scale plans, and they're aware of that. So while 2027 is the goal, 2028 or even 2029 isn't off the table either. One thing is certain, though once CADIA is ready, it's expected to take over as the home of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Right now, that honor belongs to Jeddah, but it's unlikely both tracks will remain on the calendar in the same season. The kingdom seems to be leaning toward making CADIA the permanent host in the future, although nothing has been confirmed. A rotation system between Jeddah and CADIA has been brought up as a possible option. Still, with the amount of money and effort going into CADIA, it's hard to imagine them sharing the spotlight. For now, the officials are choosing to focus on the present. They want to make the most out of the races left in Jeddah and then shift attention to CADIA once it's ready. But Saudi Arabia isn't the only country pushing its way toward a spot in Formula One. 2 others have joined the race, Thailand and South Africa. Both are making serious moves to get their names on the calendar. Thailand has already approved a $1.2 billion project to build its own circuit. That's a major investment and a clear sign that they're serious about hosting F1. On the other side of the world, South Africa is pushing hard too. The Karmami circuit just got upgraded to meet FIA Grade 1 standards, the highest level required to host a Formula One race. Until recently, it was a Grade 2 circuit. But now, after major updates to safety features like runoff zones, fencing, barriers, and drainage, it's officially the track layout itself hasn't changed, but everything around it has been improved to meet strict international standards. Toby Venter, the man behind the project, is feeling confident. He believes this move places South Africa in a strong position to bring Formula One back to the continent. He called it a turning point, not just for his track, but for motorsport in all of Africa. Back in 2014, when his team bought the circuit, their goal was bigger than just reviving it. They wanted it to become a symbol of motorsport excellence across Africa. And now, after years of hard work, they're closer than ever to making that dream real. Still, there are obstacles. Political tensions and internal issues in South Africa could hold things back. Cape Town is also being considered as a separate host location, with different investors backing that idea. On top of that, Rwanda has stepped into the picture too, presenting its own bid for a Formula One race. The country's economy is growing fast, and its government has shown serious interest in joining the global motorsports scene. Even Stefano De, the CEO of Formula One, publicly said he would love to see the F1 circus travel to Rwanda in the near future. With all these players getting involved, Karmami doesn't automatically get the top spot in Africa. The competition is real, and the fight for a race slot is only heating up. But if anyone can push things forward, it might be Lewis Hamilton. The 7-time world champion has been one of the strongest supporters of bringing F1 back to South Africa. He's been vocal about racing there before he retires, and has even been working behind the scenes to help make it happen. Hamilton hasn't been shy about his feelings. For him, racing in South Africa isn't just another event, it's personal. In multiple interviews, he's made it clear, bringing Formula One back to the continent is one of his top goals before he hangs up his helmet. According to him, it's not just about racing, it's about representation, history, and giving fans in Africa something they've been waiting decades for. He once said, "I'm doing everything I can behind the scenes to help make the South African Grand Prix a reality. That's a big dream of mine. I want to be there on that grid." For someone of Hamilton's stature, those words carry weight. When a multiple world champion puts his full support behind a location, people start paying attention. The people who make the big decisions at Formula One. But while all this excitement is building around new circuits, there's an unavoidable downside. The calendar is already stretched. Formula One staff and drivers have made it clear that 24 races a year is the limit. Even now, many say that number is too high. The constant travel, long flights, time zone, shifts, it's exhausting. Fatigue. It is becoming a real issue, and pushing beyond 24 might do more harm than good. So the big question becomes, if these new tracks get added, which ones will be removed? One clear signal came when Imola was dropped. That opened the door for potential changes in other parts of the calendar, and many believe that Barcelona could be next. The city has hosted the Spanish Grand Prix for years, but with Madrid's new urban layout preparing to host its own version of the race, Barcelona's place is under serious threat. This isn't just about track design or facilities. It's about market value, political influence, and how much attention and revenue a circuit can generate globally. Madrid is looking sharp, modern, and more in line with F1's current business model. And if the momentum continues, Barcelona could quietly slip off the schedule just like Spa is expected to. At least for a few years, losing a race like Barcelona would be a big shift. It's one of the classic venues, known for testing both the cars, aerodynamics, and the driver's skill. But nostalgia might not be enough to keep it alive. If Madrid offers a better deal, more commercial pull, and modern appeal, the business side of Formula One will lean in that direction. It's similar to what's happening in Belgium. Spa-Francorchamps, another historic track, has already been given a part-time future. For the next few years, it's confirmed to skip certain seasons like 2028 and 2030. During those years, Formula One is expected to rotate in other venues, possibly Thailand, Saudi Arabia's Qadiyah circuit, or even South Africa, depending on how each project moves forward. This gives us a clearer picture of where things are going. Formula One is changing. The focus is shifting toward newer, flashier locations that offer more than just racing. Countries are bidding not just for the right to host an event, but for the chance to turn it into a global attraction. From Saudi Arabia's vertical circuits to South Africa's push for representation and Rwanda's growing influence. Every bid is part of a larger battle for attention. At the center of it all, money and market size are the driving forces. Decisions aren't just about lap times anymore. They're about branding, tourism, and long-term deals. And that means older tracks, no matter how iconic, are vulnerable if they can't compete on all fronts. So what does this all lead to? Probably the most unpredictable and wide-open Formula One calendar we've seen in years. With each passing season, the map of races may look a little different. And while change can be tough, it also means more countries, more fans, and more stories waiting to be written. Now it's your turn. What's your take on all this? If you had to choose, which new location deserves a race, and which current one should make room for it?